set to go. Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Carry by, and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Downing. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good act.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Ready up. They'll start this, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Colts. Allen Lazard from 21 yards away. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, 20, 10, and they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Falcons. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out a point. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Again, it's Taylor. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Colts at 3-5, 2 games under 500. If they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W, they have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
To throw on second down. Downing. Got a man, that's Lazard. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Down to about the 32. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Looking to throw on second down. Downing. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Allie Cox, 32 yards. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground, but an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
first down. Pryor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pryor has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now a give, right side. Pryor. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Pryor. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are back within a score. Able to connect on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Back to throw. Downing. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. Offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Downing. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Downing. And the Falcon Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Milton Williams just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Looking to throw. Downing. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We're getting closer here now to halftime, and we may need that halftime break just because there hasn't been much of a break in this first half. A lot of points being put up.
Not much room to breathe, is there? Because these guys are going up and down the field. And let's face it, if you're the offensive coordinator for either squad, pretty happy with what you're seeing. If you're the defensive coordinator,
you're not so happy.
You're frantically searching for something that'll work. You're on the headset talking to your assistant. You're checking your play sheet. You're going through your memory banks of all the tape you've watched. You've got to come up with something, anything that'll help slow them down.
Searching for answers. On second down now. Pryor. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down. Downing. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's good for our Colts.
On first down, Downing. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. There he goes right side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And some room to work. It's a gain of 34.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Downing.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To the right side, this is Taylor.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
To throw on 2nd down. Downing. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
He's at the 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Okay, ready? Clock, 10. Ready.
Back to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here we go.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Fight, 97. Ready?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing to start the drive. Downing. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about it.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it'll be first down Atlanta. Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Up the middle they go. Pryor, 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Double 38. Ready?
On third down, Pryor. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule.
There he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Back to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Tackle there by Nick Cross.
So time runs out. It's a victory.